Muskies in the road purples, Vegas gold numbers and white trim. And North Scott in the home whites. And kind of like Ohio State there, Joel. What, scarlet and gray a little bit?
Yeah, they've got the Notre Dame fight song, kind of the Ohio State color scheme.
Yeah.
It's just everything that I grew up rooting against for some reason. And I give a hard time to my college friend.
A great conference rival they are, as Joshy Hutton gives us fist bumps to get started. Great kid. You know, a little story, Josh and his dad, Steve, of course, he and I were classmates at Hempstead High School in Dubuque many moons ago. Steve, a year younger than me, though. I'm not going to give him too much love there. I'm the old guy. Howard will jump against Corvon Seals as we're ready to tip it off. An outstanding officiating crew here on tab 2 for this one. Tab controlled in the backcourt by the Muskies. Wieskamp has it. And here come the Muskies. We're underway at the pit. Joe Wieskamp over half court. He's guarded by Corvon Seals. Bounces it to Hutton on the right wing. Out high for Melendez. Melendez swings it to Joe on the left wing. Joe looks inside. Step back. Now he throws it out front for Melendez, and we're working, and we got a foul. And I believe it's going to be on Corvon Seals right out of the gate.
Really was pushing the envelope, trying to force Joe to not have an easy cut there on the baseline, and they got him for a hold and a push.
Muskies will inbounds under their own basket. Hutton to inbounds. He throws it out to Howard, and now to Melendez, and the Muskies reset. Wieskamp out high. Rubs off a screen, picks his dribble up, back out to Melendez. To Hutton. Good defense by North Scott, good patience by the Muskies. Hutton now, guarded by Kilberg, swings it over. Now Wieskamp has it in the corner, back to Melendez to Hutton. Josh drives into the elbow, picks it up, back to Joe. Step back three, blocked by Seals and cleared by Kilberg, and here come the Lancers. Anderson down the front court, ball slapped away and stolen by Melendez.
Good job to get his for Hutton to get back in the passing lane there.
There's Hutton on the left wing, no score, 7 minutes left here in the first. Melendez way out front. He's guarded by Cortavius Seals.
This is that cat and mouse game starting here early.
Wieskamp back to Melendez, now to Hutton. Now to Wieskamp. Joe rubs off a curl, 15-footer, back iron, no good rebound. Run down by Kilberg and a foul on Hutton. And that'll be the first on Josh and the first on the Muskies.
Yeah, good screen by Antonio Melendez at the free throw line to open up Joe on the curl. Just missed the jump shot, and a loose ball foul there on Hutton.
6:39 left here in the first, no score. There's Summers out front for Corvon Seals. He steps into a deep three, no good rebound. Hutton one and done, and here come the Muskies.
A good two first defensive possessions here from Muscatine.
Hutton bounces it into Howard. Bryce turns around, shot up, no good. Tipped in by Lex Hahn. Lex Hahn with the tip, and the Muskies go up 2-zip.
Big start to have those two guys get going down low early.
Cortavius Seals over to Kilberg, the sophomore. He puts it on the deck. Now he feeds Corvon Seals. Cortavius Seals hurt the Muskies the first time with 21. There's Kilberg. Muskies giving him the three. He turns it down. Cortavius Seals drives the lane. Shot up no good. Wieskamp changes shot, and he clears it. And here come the Muskies. Joe in the front court. Stutter step on Summers, and there's a foul, and it's going to be on Reese Summers. North Scott crowd didn't like it. His first and the second on the Lancers.
Yeah, that was an aggressive drive there by Joe, and officials felt like they got all forearms.
They called it on Anderson. That'll be Anderson's first, not on Summers. Wieskamp inbounds for the Muskies. Lex Hahn way out high has the Muskies lead 2-zip, 5:35 left in the first. Wieskamp left wing. He's guarded by Kilbert. Cross court now to Howard. Bryce spin move in the lane. There's a shot on the way. No good. Good move by Howard. Couldn't get it to fall.
That's two really good, strong moves by Bryce that just haven't fallen. He's got to just keep going for it. He'll get it there eventually.
He's going to have those one-on-one matchups, and the Muskies certainly have a size advantage. There's Corvon Seals. Shot in the lane. Good. That's a tough shot. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, strong finish there.
There's Wieskamp in the front court. Joe picks it up over to Hutton. Now they get it to Howard baseline. Bryce back out front for Joe. Joe's guarded by Cortavius Seals this time. Now Hutton. Josh drives baseline. Feeds Hahn. Hahn in the lane. Tries to feed Howard, and it's off his leg, but it'll be Muskie ball.
Really good interior passing there by Lex to try and get a good opportunity there for Bryce.
Bryce thought it was off him, I think, because he took off running the other way, but it is Muskie ball. Hutton inbounds for the Muskies. Low scoring here out of the gate. Wieskamp drives the lane, shot up, no good. His own rebound up and in. And the Muskies lead 4-2 with 4:40 to play here in the first quarter. Corvon Seals a 3 right wing, no good. A rebound Wieskamp, and here come the Muskies. Chance to build on their 2-point lead early. Joe, deep 3, top of the key, back iron, no good. Rebound, Cortavia Seals. Seals crosses over on Melendez. Now he kicks it left wing for Kilberg. The sophomore drives in. Nice move. Turnaround shot good.
Yeah, good fake there by Kilberg.
Sam Kilberg going to be a nice player. He already is, but he's only a sophomore, and it's 4-4, Muskies and Lancers.
Yeah, it's very rare to see a team this successful that's as young as North Scott is.
Hutton out front. Under 4 to play in the first. We're all tied at 4. Lex Hahn, not a Hutton, back to Melendez. Antonio gets it to Hutton. Nice feed to Howard. Shot up blocked by Seals, and it could be 2 on Corvon. And it is. That's his second. That's a big foul.
And that's a really great pass and a really great strong take by Bryce to draw that foul. That is a key to this game, getting those other post players active here early. And right now, Muscatine executing that game plan.
So Corvon Seals is going to go to the bench with 2 fouls with 3:46 left here in the first. And that's a big foul. Howard will go to the line. First free throw, no good. Bryce, 59% on the season. Gary Morgan checks in, though, and Gary Morgan's been up on varsity since his sophomore year, so they're bringing a 6th man who's played a lot of high school basketball. Howard's second free throw, no good. Wieskamp high in the air for the rebound. And the Muskies retain possession. There's a ball stolen away, though. Anderson takes it away, and here come the Lancers. Cortavia Seals in the front court. There's a shot on the way. Nice shot. Cortavia Seals, and it's 6-4 North Scott.
That's a good finish.
3:25 left in the first. 6-4 Lancers, their first lead. Wieskamp out high, guarded by Summers, over to Hutton left wing. Josh swings it back over for Melendez, and the Muskies reset. There's Hutton, picks his dribble up to Wieskamp. Joe goes baseline on Kilberg. Now he kicks it back to Hutton. Good defense by North Scott. Muskies reverse it now. North Scott's manning up Joe, and as soon as he gets it, like most teams do, they run a double at him. Nothing's going to be easy for Joe tonight. There's Hutton, corner 3. No good. Rebound, Cortavia Seals. And here comes North Scott. 2:45 to play in the first. 6-4 North Scott. Cortavia Seals between the leg dribble in the lane. Gives to Kilberg for 3. Kilberg knocks it down. And the sophomore has 5, and North Scott goes up 9-4.
Good feed there by Seals.
Hutton.
What do you think those driveway games were like with the Seals family growing up?
Oh, crazy. There's Wieskamp. There's a 3 left wing. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Summers. And here come the Lancers. There's Kilberg. Kilberg kicks it over to Summers. He'll take a 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound tapped out to Morgan. Muskies had 2 guys there.
Yep.
But Morgan comes out of there with it. Gary Morgan, he'll take a 3 right wing. No good. Rebound, Lex Hahn. And here come the Muskies. 1:55 to go in the first. 9-4 North Scott. Hutton to Wieskamp, now to Melendez. Antonio, go ahead, Joel.
Big offensive possession here, trying to get some points on the board here for Muscatine.
Muskies need some momentum. Wieskamp with 2 and Hahn with 2. Both putbacks are the only scoring for the Muskies here in the first. Melendez, clock's under a minute and a half now in the first quarter.
Muskie basketball brought to you by Hy-Vee Food Store, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Wieskamp, 3 guys run at him. He gets it to Hutton. Now he feeds Howard. Bryce in the lane spins. Now he picks it up, shot, and it's stolen away underneath by Anderson. The sophomore took it away. Morgan in the front court for Cortavia Seals. Coach Betty calling out a set for the Lancers. 1 minute to play in the first. 9-4 North Scott. There's Anderson. Anderson drives the lane. Left-handed layup up and in. And it's 11-4 North Scott. North Scott on a 9-0 run here in the first. Melendez left wing. Out top for Hutton. Josh picks it up. Now he swings it over, and we got a foul inside.
Kilberg there looks like had a hold on the action. Here comes Jackson Falk, his first action of the game.
Jack Falk checks in. Rolled his ankle really good. And I didn't think he was going to play tonight, but he's going to give it a go. It's heavily wrapped, and we'll see how much Jack has in the tank. He's a gamer. There's no doubt about that.
Falk got some of that Mr. Miyagi medicine going on.
There's Wieskamp air ball. Falk gets a rebound up and in. Jackson Falk. Well, that answers your question. The Muskies' second leading scorer with a rebound basket, and he's going to go to the line to shoot one.
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't have his normal burst, but he's such an effective athlete. He got good position there and went straight up and got the foul.
Used his body. Falk 59% of the season at the stripe. Free throw by Jack is good, and Falk comes off the bench, plays 5 seconds, leads the Muskies in scoring with 3.
Just like he drew it up.
But he doesn't look comfortable running down the court.
The defensive end will be interesting to see how he adjusts to this athletic North Scott team.
Portavius walks it up for North Scott. They're going to play for 1. They lead 11-7, 20 seconds to play in the first. Melendez out on Seals. Good defense by Antonio. They get it to Kilberg. Clock now at 10. Lancer's got to go. They get it to Corvon, who's checked back in. He drives in on Hahn. Nice setup and under. Blocked by Hahn. Good block by Lex. Kilberg recovers. Shot up no good at the buzzer. We played 1, and it's North Scott 11 and the Muscatine Muskies 7. We're back at North Scott High School in the pit. 1 quarter in the books. It's North Scott 11 and the Muskies 7. North Scott's biggest lead was 7. At 11-4, the Muskies had a couple of 2-point leads, 2-zip and 4-2. Inbounds knocked away by Melendez. North Scott will take it out on the side.
And we saw this on Saturday. At the end of the first quarter, Wieskamp only had 3 points, and he finished with 38. So he can heat up pretty quick.
Joe with 2, Jackson Falk with 3 off the bench. There's Seals. He swings it over. Now Kilberg on the left wing. Kilberg with 5 in the first. There's a 3 by Morgan. Good. Gary Morgan knocks it down 14-7 North Scott.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about a little bit in the pregame, just the consistent shooting of the North Scott team. Anybody who comes out here really can knock it down for them.
Wieskamp on the left wing, out for Hutton. Out of Falk as the Muskies swing it. There's a cross-court pass to Hutton. Out of Lex Hahn baseline. Now to Jackson Falk, top of the key. Melendez to Wieskamp. They run the double at him. Now they swing it to Falk. He'll take a 3. Rattles around, no good. Good look by Jack, though, and it's going to be North Scott ball.
Really good box out there for North Scott. Titan Anderson doing a nice job of keeping Joe off the boards, and a good look for Jackson, and they just got to keep firing it and see if they go down.
7 minutes left here in the first half, 14-7 North Scott. Kilberg swings it to Morgan. Morgan feeds it into the post to Anderson, the sophomore. Nice move on Hahn, shot no good, and a foul on Lex. That'll be his first and the second team foul on the Muskies. North Scott with 5 team fouls. Joel, and at the end of the quarter, their Seamus Buddy was letting the refs hear about that.
Yeah, he was not happy with that, he's just a fiery little guy, and he was not letting the officials get away with it, and we'll see if that swings the pendulum back the other way here.
Anderson, the lefty at the line, free throw on the way, and it is no good.
Lex took an elbow on that spin move right to the right rib, and he's feeling it a little bit.
That'll smart later on, too. If he was my age, it'd smart for a couple weeks, probably. And Anderson misses a pair, so the Muskies, the foul doesn't hurt him. Hutton swings it for Falk. Jack fumbles it. Now he picks it up. Jack kicks it back to Melendez. As game wears on, Jack's starting to move around better. There's Jack on the right wing. He feeds it in, and there's a ball almost stolen. It's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and this one will stay with the Muskies.
Yeah, loose ball situation there. Like you said, every time the ball gets anywhere close to Wieskamp, it's 1-2 guys running out just surrounding it.
Falk will inbounds for the Muskies. 6.5 to play in the half. 14-7 North Scott. Jackson bounces it to Wieskamp. Joe runs through traffic, and now he's doubled, swings it back for Falk. Now to Hutton. North Scout doing a nice job, though, because when Joe gives it up, they're doing a nice job of recovering, and there's a foul on Folk inside. His first of the third on the Muskies.
Yeah, just got a little quick on the pivot, and they got him for the moving screen. And what North Scott's doing defensively is they're running multiple athletes at Joe. So one possession, Summers has got him. The next possession, it's Kilberg, and then it'll be one of the Seals brothers. So they're mixing it up, always keeping some fresh legs on him.
Cortavius pounds the dribble over half court to Anderson. Anderson, nice hesitation drive, and a shot no good. But a foul on Bryce Howard.
I'm going to say it's on the floor. It looks
on the floor, so there'll be a side out. That'll be the first on Bryce. The fourth on the Muskies.
Oh,
Are they calling it a shooting foul? At first it looked like he was signaling. I agree with Joel.
Either that or he's pointing it to the... Okay, so this is a shooting foul. He was pointing to clarify who the shooter was.
Anderson missed two just 30 seconds ago, but he knocks this one down.
Uptown Motors voted the best used car dealer in Muscatine for 8 years running, bringing you Muskie basketball along with the Youth Sports Foundation.
And we're sitting courtside here in the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. Thank you, Uptown Motors. There's a shot, no good. Anderson misses the second. So he's 1 for 4, and the Muskies fumbled out of bounds. North Scott ball.
Yeah, and this is where in the pregame we mentioned limiting those second chance opportunities. Right now, this is just another extra possession for North Scott offensively.
There's an inbounds to Kilberg. He picks his dribble up back to Morgan. Morgan off the bench has a 3 here in the second quarter. He kicks it to Cortavius Seals. Seals rubs off a screen from Anderson. Step back 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound to Wieskamp. And here come the Muskies. Muskies trail by 8, 15-7. Joe picks it up over to Falk on the right wing. Cross court for Melendez. He'll step into a 3. No good long. Rebound Kilberg, and North Scott pushing tempo to Seals. They beat the Muskies down the floor, lay it up and in. 17-7. North Scott leads by 10. Gary Belger wants a timeout with 5:25 left here in the first half. And since then, they've been outscored 15-3. And this game isn't going, certainly not going the way they want it.
Yeah, right now the defensive effort from North Scott's been outstanding, mixing it up, changing different looks, and right now forcing the other guys from Muscatine to shoot and make shots while they're limiting Wieskamp's touches.
And this has all been with Corvon Seals, their leading scorer. Went to the bench with 3:46 to play in the first. Hutton steps into a 3. Good, Josh Hutton. And that's a big shot for Josh and the Muskies.
We just need a few more like that to maybe loosen up some of that defense that's packing it into the lane.
Hutton's first basket. He has 3 to match Falk. 4:50 to play in the first. There's Kilberg in on Falk. Spins it back to Summers. Now in the corner for Cortavius Seals. Out high for Morgan. He takes a deep 3, top of the key. Back iron, no good. Rebound Seals. And he clears it out. North Scott's going to get another look here. Screen roll with Anderson. Seals drives in. Step back 12-footer, no good. Rebound Hutton. And here come the Muskies.
Yeah, right now the Lancers are just winning every 50-50 ball.
Hutton out front. He takes another 3 right wing. Good, Joshy Hutton.
He's heating up.
You know, and it's good. Josh played with a lot of confidence at Davenport West when Joe wasn't there. I think he's got to do a little more of that. Back-to-back 3s by Hutton, and it's 17-13 North Scott. Morgan drives in, feeds Anderson. Anderson all the way to the rim. Misses the layup, but he gets his rebound, but he saves it to Melendez, and here come the Muskies. Antonio on the front court. Lex Hahn and Cooper Zeck set to check in for the Muskies. They feed it to Howard on the block, and he loses it, and it's cleared by Anderson, and here come the Lancers. Anderson down the lane. In on Hutton, lays it up and in. Titan Anderson, just a sophomore. Good-looking player, Joel.
Yeah, big and athletic, or long and athletic. Obviously, they'll want to get him into the weight room, but he's a quick off-the-floor player.
Wieskamp left wing. The Muskies swing it now as Melendez has a baseline back to Falk. 3:20 to play in the first half, and there's a foul on Kilberg.
I think that's his second.
His second and the 6th on the Lancers.
And he's really been integral in their defensive effort, so maybe getting both Corvon Seals and Kilberg into foul trouble is a good start.
And number 4, Cooper Zeck.
Hutton will inbounds, gets it to Zeck. Zeck now swings it over for Wieskamp. Joe with just 2. Swings it to Falk. Jack drives in, bounces to Hutton. Hutton leads the Muskies with 6, all here in the second quarter. There's Wieskamp, right wing. He puts it on the deck. Spins in the lane, shot by Joe. Muscles his way to the rim, and it's good. Wieskamp with 4, and it's 19-15 North Scott.
Probably thought they had an opportunity at a three-point play there personally, but a good strong take.
Carson Rollinger is checked in now for the Lancers. There's a bounce pass baseline for Summers. Summers cross court for Seals, now to Rollinger, back to Seals. Muskie's in zone now. There's a bounce pass into Summers. Shot changed by Wieskamp, but Summers clears it. Back to Morgan. Morgan looked at a 3 and turned it down. Back to Seals. Seals penetrates a gap. Gets it to Morgan. Left wing 3. Long. No good rebound. Wieskamp. And here come the Muskies. Joe pushes tempo over half court. Down the lane. Foul on Reese Summers. That'll be his first. And the 7th on North Scott, and Wieskamp will go to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
Going straight to the boards was Joe on defense. Muscatine Lumber, a proud sponsor of Muskie basketball. Your only locally owned lumberyard.
Wieskamp 86% on the season from the stripe. His first free throw of the night. And it is up and it is good. Joe Wieskamp, 4th all-time leading scorer in the state of Iowa Class 4A with 1,956 points now. Next on the list for Joe is Oliver, Dean Oliver at 1994. Wieskamp makes a pair, and it's 19-17 as the Muskies have cut into that 10-point lead. They've cut it to 2 with 2:10 left here in the first half.
And really a nice job by Muscatine to secure the defensive end and get a little run here going.
Coach Buddy has put Corvon Seals back in. He missed a little over a quarter of play there. And now there's a corner 3. This time air ball no good as Summers fired it up, but it'll be Lancer ball.
It just came hot off the rim.
North Scott not with a lot of size, but they've got a lot of good basketball players. Corvon Seals to get it into Cortavius. Muskies in a 2-3 zone. Rollinger on the right wing, swings it to Cortavius Seals. Seals out high, swings it to Rollinger. He drives into the elbow. Back to Cortavius. Now they swing it to Corvon. Bounce it to Summers, baseline, back to Rollinger. He steps into a 3, air ball, no good. Rebound cleared by Zek, but it's out of bounds. It'll be Lancer ball.
Oh, this official said it was going the other way. But Cooper, I think, didn't reestablish before he came in.
1:25 left in the half. 19-17 North Scott. Summers to Cortavius Seals. Back to Summers. Now they swing it. Cortavius Seals. He drives into the lane. Swings it to Corvon. Corvon in there, and there's a foul on Falk. That'll be Jack's 2nd. And the 5th on the Muskies.
West Side Store and Godfather's Pizza bringing you Muskie basketball. Godfather's Pizza, home with the 99-cent slice of pizza on Mondays. And West Side Store, quality BP gas with every fill-up.
There's a pass into Corvon Seals. Pump fake, shot up, no, on a foul. It's either on Wieskamp or Hahn.
Joe. Yep.
And it's on Lex.
Oh.
So that'll be the 2nd on Lex Hahn and the 6th on the Muskies. And Corvon Seals will go to the line to shoot 2. Corvon Seals on the year, 71%. First free throw is good. Stay tuned at the half for the Hy-Vee halftime show. We're going to be joined by a special guest sitting right next to us tonight, Matt Koss of the Quad City Times sports editor.
Looks like we got a blood situation with Jack.
Jackson Falk, he's got a bad left ankle, now he's bleeding on the right side.
Looks like it was just a surface thing. And I think what Coach Belger is going to do here in the zone is he's going to move Jack down low into the traditional center position and still let the other 2 guys who are a little bit more nimble go on the wings. And that's a really nice adjustment here given the foul trouble situation and with Jack's mobility with his ankle.
Seals makes a pair and he goes to the bench for those 2 fouls. 1:08 to play in the first half. 21-17 North Scott.
It's nice being this close. I can read lips.
Wieskamp walks it over half court. Swings it to Melendez. Coach Belger calling out a set. Now they get it to Hutton. Hutton working on Morgan, reverses it to Melendez. Clock at 50. Muskies trail by 4. Wieskamp back over to Jackson Falk. Joe out high, guarded by Summers. He drives in the lane. 3 guys on him, but he still scores. Wieskamp now with 8. 3 field goals and 2 free throws to lead the Muskies. 21-19 North Scott. And they're going to play for the last shot.
This is my nightly plead for the Iowa Athletic Association to add the shot clock. Brought to you by Vision Center PC. Only the finest care in Muscatine.
Don't see it happening for a while. Clock inside at 10 now. Cortavius Seals. Stutter steps on Melendez. Drives the paint. Step back from the elbow. Good. That's a big-time shot by the junior Cortavius Seals. We played a half. It's North Scott 23 and the Muscatine Muskies 19. Starters for the second half for North Scott the same. Cortavius and Corvon Seals, Sam Kilberg, Reese Summers, and Titan Anderson. The Muskies, Jack Falk starts in the second half for Bryce Howard along with Melendez, Hutton, Hahn, and Wieskamp. But I think Jack got loose, so they want to start him and get him going right away.
Yeah, those ankles sometimes once they're going, you don't want to let them freeze back up.
Muskies stretching out their 2-3 zone as North Scott makes a couple of adjustments here. Corvon Seals didn't play a lot. There's a backdoor lob, but Seals almost made the basket, so it threw off the timing. Wieskamp clears down the floor to Melendez, back to Joe. Now to Melendez. Antonio drives baseline, gets it back to Wieskamp. Joe bounces it for Hutton. 3-ball, top of the key. Good. Josh Hutton with his third 3, and it's 23-22 North Scott.
Right out of the locker room. Big shot there.
Hutton with 9 leads the Muskies. There's Summers. Now Kilberg on the right wing. He reverses it to Summers in the corner. Out high for Cortavius. Kilberg back to Seals. They haven't looked to throw it to the middle yet. Now they out front. Kilberg swings it to Seals and now to Summers. Corvon hasn't touched it here. And the Muskies shadowing him. There's Cortavius stepping into a right wing 3. Good. Cortavius Seals knocks it down. It's 26-22 Lancers. There's Wieskamp for 3, top of the key. No good rebound. Corvon Seals. Cortavius Seals with 9 leads the Lancers. Over to Kilberg. It did look like a travel. Coach Beller called that. Summers for 3 out of the corner. No good. A rebound run down by Melendez, and here come the Muskies.
La Maria Mexican restaurant bringing you Muskie basketball.
Melendez out high. Muskies with a chance to cut it inside of 4. They just had it down to 1 on a Josh Hutton 3. Wieskamp out high, guarded by Summers. Swings it to Falk in the corner, and we got a foul, and it's going to go on Lex Hahn, and that's his 3rd.
Looks like they banged knees. I didn't see the contact that drew the foul, but I was shielded a little bit.
First on the Muskies and the 3rd on Lex. Cortavius walks it over half court. For Corvon Seals. North Scott always does a nice job of spreading the floor no matter what the defense is. And there's Cortavius. He misses a 3. And it's rebounded by North Scott, though. They're chasing down the long rebounds, Joel.
Right.
There's Kilberg back to Corvon Seals as they put Corvon at the top now. He stutter steps, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound, Summers. North Scott continues to get their own boards.
Yeah, it's almost every miss is bouncing hard off of the back iron and getting over that first wave of Muskie.
Kilberg with a long 3, no good. They had 3 cracks at it, missed them all, and the Muskies clear.
And we said at the beginning of the game, maybe first to 60 wins this. The pace of this second half so far, we could be back at that 50 point.
Could be 50, yes. North Scott not shooting the ball very well. Melendez. And this pace right now probably favors the Muskies. Wieskamp goes baseline. Joe loses a triple team, loses it. Boy, a lot of contact. Now Hahn clears it, though. Good hustle by Lex. Jack for 3. Rattles, no good. Rebound tipped up and in by Wieskamp. And Joe in double figures with 10, and the Muskies trail by 2, 26-24. 4.5 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Seals on the left wing to Kilberg. Down the lane he goes, feeds it inside to Summers. Shot blocked by Wieskamp, but tipped up and in by Titan Anderson.
Yeah, Titan Anderson just continues to impress. He always seems to be at the right place at the right time.
Bryce Howard set to check in for the Muskies. 28-24 North Scott, 4 minutes to play in the third. Hahn out front to Falk. They feed it to Wieskamp on the post. He's triple teamed, back to Falk. Jack for three, no good. Good look by Jack, couldn't get it.
I thought that was going down.
It looked good from our vantage point.
Well, that's a moving screen.
Seals in the front court for Titan Anderson, lays it up, and then the sophomore tearing it up now. He has 9 to match Cortavia Seals to lead the Lancers.
And this is something we've seen this year. When the play gets a little bit more physical, there's good clean screens, guys being aggressive. Muscatine hasn't always responded to the physical play. And that's a great way to do it right there.
Joe knocks down back-to-back baskets. He's got 13.
And he wants to get going. He's getting his teammates going.
30-27, North Scott by 3. 3:15 left in the third. Corvon Seals. Guarded by Melendez. Over to Kilberg. Now North Scott resets. Anderson swings it over to Corvon Seals. He takes a three. No good. Wide right. Yeah. Rebound Wieskamp and a foul on Anderson. That'll be his second. And the second on North Scott. Or the first, sorry. North Scott with 3 guys with 2 fouls. It's Corvon Seals, Kilberg, and Anderson. The Muskies have Lex Hahn with 3. And Jack Falk with 2.
CBI Bank and Trust, ready and willing to help with all your financial needs. An integrated therapy specialist, PC, providing quality physical therapy, presenting you Muskie basketball.
There's a foul inside, and this one's going to go on Kilberg, trying to run through a screen, and that's his third.
And now, I mean, they're kind of, whenever Joe gets into the lane, they're compacting it and they're making it a tough road to go, but he's working really hard without the ball, and he's drawn a couple of fouls tonight just by providing a maximum effort to get through the lane.
30-27 North Scott, 2:50 to play here in the third. Hutton to Wieskamp. Joe step back 3, right wing splash. Joe Wieskamp's got it stuck on automatic now. He's got 16. 8 at the half, and those 8 in the first half were really hard earned. He's got back-to-back threes here in the third. We're tied at 30. First time we've been tied since 4-4. There's Morgan. Morgan puts it on the deck, rubs off a screen. Now he swings it back to Anderson. Now to Cortavia Seals. Muskies play this matchup 2-3 zone extremely well.
And with the straw that stirs the drink is Antonio Melendez at the top.
There's Corvon Seals and a foul on Howard.
Foul for the Muskies, number 31, Bryce Howard. That's his second.
That'll be the second on Bryce.
First National Bank of Muscatine, proudly supporting Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
Corvon Seals, 71% of the year, goes to the line to shoot 2. The first one is good. Seals now with 5. Leading scorer for the Lancers, averaging 15 a game.
All season's glass, full auto service glass door and window repair needs.
Seals makes a pair. 32-30 North Scott. 2 minutes left here in the third. Hutton pounds a dribble out front. Corvon Seals on him, and there's a foul on Summers as he checked Wieskamp running baseline. That'll be the second on Reese Summers. Or actually, it's on Morgan, his first. The third on North Scott.
Yeah, they're just limiting any crossy attempts.
Wieskamp inbounds for Howard. Now to Melendez, and the Muskies reset. Joe rubs off a screen for 3. Ooh, in and out, no good, and a rebound.
Really good set play, though, coming out of that out-of-bounds play.
That looked good, too, Joel.
Yeah.
There's a 3 out of the corner. Cortavia Seals, no good. Out of bounds, Muskie ball.
Good hustle there by Anderson. Unable to save it. This is a game of runs right now, and Muscatine's trying to keep theirs moving forward.
Muskies have fought hard. They trail at 1.17-7. But a slow climb back. They tied it at 30. Just a minute ago, there's a pass into Howard. Ball on the ground, stolen away by Morgan. And now Melendez almost steals it back, but Corvon Seals comes out of there with it. On the floor for North Scott. Replay for this Saturday and Sunday on MPW Channel 9 or 709 on a nice drive by Corvon Seals. He's got 4 straight points, and it's 34-30. Lancers by 4. Chad Yoakum in the house doing all the filming as always. Great job. Wieskamp for 3. In and Joe Wieskamp knocks down his 3rd 3.
And watch these replays, folks. The last 3 that he's made have been contested. They haven't been wide open looks. He's just creating some separation and knocking the shot down.
Wieskamp with 19. North Scott pulling it out now. The Muskies sitting in the zone. North Scott leads 34-33. And Coach Buddy's going to be content with playing for the last shot. It looks like.
Big grin on DJ Carton's face over there watching Wieskamp heat up.
DJ, you'd either cover up that Oregon O or you take off
you
that
better take it
sweatshirt.
off. It's getting hot.
Oh, he's holding it, yeah. Got to get a Tiger Hawk on him.
We'll see him at the cake auction on February 2nd in our gym, the outstanding point guard for Bettendorf.
Clock at 15 as North Scott's holding it for the last minute of the quarter. And now they go Corvon Seals. Works on a Summers screen. He swings it to Summers. Clock at 5. Summers with a step back. Air ball no good. Wieskamp pushing tempo.
Foul.
And he's fouled by,
That's a foul!
Right in front of us. It sure looked like a foul as Joe Wieskamp goes down. But we played 3. It's North Scott 34. The Muskies 33. We're 7. We are back at the pit, North Scott High School. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer here. And it's 3 quarters in the books. North Scott leads the Muskies 34-33. They led after 1:11-7. They led at the half 23-19. The Muskies have cut it to 1, 34-33. Wieskamp has been on fire in the 3rd. He had 11 points. He's up to 19. There's Falk. Falk out front for Hutton. Josh with 9. 3 threes. Joe with a deep 3. Rattles no good and a rebound out of bounds. It'll be North Scott ball.
We've got a halftime score. The Muskie girls are tied at 19 with North Scott here.
Go Muskies.
Back at home.
Joe, that was a heat check. He's feeling it. That was a deep 3 contested. But when you're Joe Wieskamp, that's a shot he knows he can make. Corvon drives in.
And in the 4th quarter, they moved Seals on him.
Yep, with those 2 fouls. And there's Morgan, and there's a foul on Melendez. And that's a first on Antonio, the 3rd on the Muskies.
And having Antonio not have any fouls until that 7:24 mark in the 4th quarter is huge because he can ratchet up that intensity. He's got 4 more fouls to give here this quarter.
North Scott inbounds the Seals, and the Muskies lose him. He lays it in. Corvon now up to 10, and it's 36-33 North Scott.
Just lost track of the screener on that play.
Melendez left wing to Wieskamp. They run the double at him. They're trying to get Joe to pass, and he does. Melendez now back on the right wing, back out front for Falk. Jack feeds it into Joe in the block. Joe spins in the lane. Shot on the way, good, and a foul on Titan Anderson. As Joe playing man ball now, that's a man's move.
Yeah, that's what so many fans are looking forward to in the Big Ten next year, is the ability to break through the contact and still finish, keeping his chin on the rim, his eyes on the rim, and finishing strong.
Wieskamp with 21. He'll go to the line to shoot 1. And a chance to tie this thing up. Joe 86% of the year splashes at home, and we're tied at 36 with 6:55 left. That's a 3rd foul on the sophomore Titan Anderson. Anderson picks it up to Morgan, and North Scott breaks pressure. Muskie's trying to trap as Belger changed up the defense at the end of 3.
And now with North Scott, they're just going to try to limit as many possessions as possible.
In a tight game, and you know Joe Wieskamp's feeling on the other side. It's a little nerve-wracking for the opposing coach. We've seen it so many times. Joe's taking this thing over in the second half for the Muskies. Morgan for 3, and he knocks down a 3 left wing, and that's the second 3 for Gary Morgan. He has 6.
He did a little bit of that the first time these 2 teams met.
39-36, Lancers by 3. 6 minutes to play in this excellent MAC basketball game.
Trucks Unlimited bringing you Muskie basketball.
As Melendez driving to the lane, it was blocked by Anderson out of bounds. Muskie ball.
Yeah, Antonio going hard to the rim, trying to draw the foul.
Great crowd, Joel. Look at the people standing back here. We got a timeout, Muscatine. But boy, what a competitive game. The Muskies came in and got one here last year, and are in position to get another one this year.
Yeah, and then that year that they ran us out of the gym, though, you can see the banner is up there, and that was the 2015 state championship
Correct.
team.
That was, like I said, an incredible team for North Scott, led by the older Cortez Seals was on that team, along with Stewart. There's a foul on Corvon Seals. That's his third. And the fifth on the Lancers, so the Muskies inching closer to that bonus. And if they do that, Joe will take it even harder to the rack. Here's Wieskamp now, baseline right. They run the double. They get it to Melendez. To Hutton. He takes a three. No good. Rebound tap by Hahn and a foul on Lex, and that'll be 4 on Lex and the 4th on the Muskies.
And Titan Anderson just did an outstanding job blocking Lex out there. Yes. It wasn't even that Lex really went over his back, but Titan forced the call because he did such a good job of blocking him out.
He's an impressive sophomore. I mean, you look at next year, and they've got these guys coming back. Well, they've got 4 of their 5 starters back. They lose Corvon Seals. They're going to be a force again. There's Morgan right wing, swings it to Cortavia Seals, not a Morgan. Morgan's a senior off the bench, though, and he plays down in crunch time. There's Corvon Seals. He drives a paint. Nice move, lays it up and in. Corvon Seals, that's a big-time move. He's going to Minnesota State to play basketball. There's Wieskamp, hesitation, dribble in the lane, loses it. Ball on the floor, picked up by Cortavia Seals, and a timeout, North Scott.
And not to mention, this is just a game that both of these teams have always cared a lot to win about, because these two teams, for better or worse, have always been a rival, at least for my 36 years of being alive.
Well, neither one of them are right smack dab in the Quad City unit.
Right.
North Scott's real close. They're right on the burbs. But,
a lot of their roster is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another show. Yeah. Anderson swings it over to Seals. Muskies in 2-2-1 token pressure, and now they fall into the zone. Cortavia Seals out high. Great high school game here tonight. Corvon Seals over to Anderson. Good-looking sophomore he is. And now back to Corvon Seals. Seals crosses over on Melendez and a foul on Antonio. And that'll be his second and the 5th on the Muskies. Game reset. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Muskies with 3 timeouts. North Scott with 4. And North Scott leads 41-36.
Muskie girls trail 29-25 at the end of the third quarter. Only 3 total fouls called in the ball game.
That game is right there for the taking for the girls also. Corvon Seals out high. They lead by 5, and they're going to be very selective on their shots now. Cortavia Seals, they may try to pull the Muskies out of the zone with a 5-point lead. Muskies stretching out as Melendez will come on and guard you wherever you are, even in this zone. And he never gets tired.
Now, one of the quickest and best conditioned athletes in probably the state.
There's a corner 3 by Morgan. Good, Gary Morgan. That's a huge shot by the senior Gary Morgan. He's got 3 threes and 9 points, and it's 44-36 Lancers. Hutton gets to Wieskamp. Corvon on him. Joe puts it on the deck, drives a lane. Shot on the way, good, and a foul. Joe Wieskamp all the way. Coach Buddy wanted to travel.
Yeah, it looked like he secured that left foot as a pivot foot.
Fouls on Cortavia Seals.
And you're starting to see some emotion from Joe, which is something that you and I have seen because we've known him for so long. But he's a fighter.
Yes. Oh, and there's a free throw miss, a rare miss. And that game I was talking about was Joe's freshman year when they came up here. And don't think Joe hasn't. Well, he's got a long memory. He remembered how that felt. There's a shot.
Oh, I thought that was a charge.
Foul. They're going to call it on Folk. And you're right. Jack looked like he was in good position. It's going to be the 3rd on Folk.
Monsanto, sustainability, the heart of who they are, bringing in Muskie basketball this year. And Community Bank and Trust. They put people first in Muscatine, Columbus Junction, Wapello, and Wilton.
Well, the leading scorers have come to play here in the second half. Seals with only 4 at the half, and now he's up to 13 as he makes the first. Wieskamp had 8 at the half, and he's got 24. The 2 senior leaders stepping up here. Seals' second free throw on the way is good. He makes a pair, and it's 46-38. North Scott back up by 8. Muskies need a basket here.
He'll do really well for those Mavericks up there in Mankato.
Hutton guarded by Summers over to Folk. Now they get it to Joe. They literally ran 4 guys at him. And Joe found Hahn for the cut, and Lex lays it in. Lex now with his second basket, I believe he's got 4. Seals walks it over for the Lancers. 46-40. North Scott by 6, 3:15 left to play. Corvon Seals drives the lane shot, no good, and a foul on Hahn, and that's going to be 5. And that did look like pretty good defense by Lex.
Yeah, I thought that was clean. Oh, foul's on 3.
They call it on Hutton.
So it is on Josh on the reach.
Well, that's a break because I thought Lex thought he was done too.
Yeah, because I thought he did a great job moving his feet, not drawing any contact, and then blocking the shot.
Lex was running back to the bench. He wasn't happy, but the foul's on Josh Hutton, and that's Josh's second, the 7th on the Muskies, and Corvon Seals misses the first.
Corvon Seals at the line for the Lancers.
This has been one of the most fun games I've seen in a while.
Corvon's second free throw is good. He splits them. Seals now with 15. That's his average. He's on Wieskamp. Both Seals guys are on Wieskamp. There's a cross-court pass to Melendez. Not a fault. Jack steps in 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound tap. Lex Hahn with a great rebound. And a foul on Titan Anderson. Lex Hahn went vertical. Good job by Lex.
That was a man's rebound right there. Great job fighting off the block out, one-handed, securing it, and then just not giving the officials an opportunity to not call the foul.
Lex goes to the line now to shoot one in the bonus for the Muskies. Hahn on the season 60%. He misses the foul shot, and the rebound cleared by the Lancers. 47-40 North Scott. 2:50 left in this one. Cortavius Seals over to Corvon. Corvon rubs off a Summers screen. He drives in on Falk, swings it back. Summers for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Cortavius Seals. North Scott's gotten a ton of long rebounds tonight. There's Corvon back to Cortavius. He shoots a 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Wieskamp. And here come the Muskies. I don't think Coach Buddy thought they were hurrying their shots a little there. There's a swing at the Falk. Falk now to Melendez. They try to feed Joe, but it's too high, and Joe goes to the deck, cleared by Cortavius Seals. And now to Corvon, and there's a foul, and it's either on Hutton or Melendez.
So Joe might have gotten a
I think he got it in the mouth.
The nose or mouth.
Yep. Foul's on Josh. That's Josh Hutton's 3rd. 8th on the Muskies, and Corvon Seals back at the line again.
Shooting 1-1.
1 in the bonus for Corvon Seals.
Bogey Motors, a full lineup of quality previously owned vehicles, bringing you Muskie Sports.
Free throw is good. Corvon makes the front end, and he'll get the bonus.
And I'm not keeping track of the free throw statistics here in front of me, but it feels like North Scott doing a much better job of converting.
You know, Cass is. It's the old Jim Miller trick when he used to do football. If Cass was sitting by us, he would just peek at his stat sheet.
His eyes must be better than mine.
49-40 as Seals makes a pair. Muskie's got to go here. They got to make a basket. They trail by 9. 2 minutes left in this one. Hutton out front. Josh picks it up over to Wieskamp. Joe looking inside. He drives baseline. Joe to the rim, lays it up and in. And that is Joe Wieskamp just playing man ball through 3 guys. Joe with 26, and it's 49-42. North Scott by 7. North Scott will not shoot anything but a layup here. And there's Anderson guarded by Wieskamp. Down at Morgan. The Muskies run a double team at him. Gary Morgan almost loses it. Now he picks it up. Hutton on him, and there's a timeout North Scott. We're back at North Scott High School in the pit, and we get a good one here. It's North Scott 49, the Muscatine Muskies 42. 124 left in this one. The Muskies with 18 fouls. North Scott with 7. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. So we got a good game. This game was a 1-point game after 3. North Scott led 34-33.
And this is just a situation where those long rebounds, the second chance opportunities, and extra possessions that North Scott has had is really a big factor here because they're waiting 20, 30 seconds before they take a shot.
Corvon Seals leads North Scott with 17. Cortavius Seals, Titan Anderson, and Gary Morgan all with 9. And the Muskies are led by Joe Wieskamp with 26 and Josh Hutton with 9. Corvon swings it to Cortavius. He's fouled by Melendez. And Melendez will pick up his third and the 9th on the Muskies. Cortavius Seals 70% in the season, and he'll shoot one in the bonus. The next foul on the Muskies will be double bonus.
Coach Belger calling out some defense. Alumnus of Muscatine Community College, proud sponsors of Muskie Athletics.
Awesome. I've got one of those. There's Wieskamp stopping up for three as the free throw is no good. No good, and a rebound cleared by Reese Summers.
That's a jump ball.
They called a foul on Melendez, but it looked like a jump ball. That's a 4th on Antonio. He and Lex Hahn each have 4 for the Muskies.
Vision Center PC, only the finest care, and vision the very best for all of your eyes, bringing you Muskie basketball along with Temp Associates, the employee marketplace.
Summers, their best free throw shooter, 94% of the year, will shoot 2. And I jinxed him because he missed the front end.
Let's do it again. What's that percentage again,
94% of the year, 0 for 1 tonight. Second free throw on the way is good. And it's 50-42. North Scott back by 8. Hutton now. Muskie's got to push tempo here. Under a minute to play. Josh rubs off a screen, steps into a 3. No good. Rebound by Corvon Seals. He gets it ahead to Morgan and a foul on Hutton. And that'll be the 4th on Josh. And Corvon Seals will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, just timely shooting, not there right now for Muscatine. Really good looks, great effort from the team. They're just not going down tonight.
Shooting 2.
Morgan goes to the stripe. He's 89% of the year. Well, we'll call it 90, 89.7. And his free throw is good.
And just the consistency 1 through 8, in the North Scott lineup you're seeing tonight. Everyone who comes on has that ability to contribute, and especially at the free throw line.
Second free throw on the way. Morgan misses it. He has 10, though, the second player in double figures now for North Scott. Melendez in the front court. Muskie's got to go here. Joe puts on the deck. He slips, and he's fouled. And it's going to go on Gary Morgan. That'll be his second. And Wieskamp will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, important here. Get some points on the board without the clock moving.
Corvon Seals doing a little janitorial work there and using a Muskie warm-up shirt. That was good teamwork by both schools.
Yeah,
there.
It was volunteered out by the Muskie bench. He didn't just run over and
they flipped it out to him. There's the free throw by Wieskamp, no good, and the ball tapped around him. Melendez comes out of there with a foul on Titan Anderson. And that'll be 5 on Anderson.
Fouls number 32.
And the 9th on North Scott. So Antonio Melendez will go to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
And it looks like Kilberg is going to come in here for Titan.
One sophomore for the next.
Youth Sports Foundation on Uptown Motors. We're bringing you Muskie basketball along with affordable metal manufacturing and La Maria Mexican restaurant.
Fine game by Titan Anderson. 9 points for the sophomore. Antonio Melendez, 56% of the year from the stripe. Free throw by Tone is on the way and good. Melendez's first point of the night.
Need probably see the trap here, full court pressure after this made free throw.
Second free throw, Melendez makes a pair, and it's 51-44. North Scott by 7. 38 seconds to play. There's Corvon Seals splitting the double team, but Melendez fouls him, and that'll be 5 on Antonio. Corvon Seals will go to the line to shoot 2. Antonio Melendez, boy, he always gives you everything he has.
Yeah, that's one of the things as I see people out and about, they talk about Muskie basketball and they ask me questions. One of the first things that comes up is how much fun Antonio is to watch play defense, especially in his activity on the court. Really just a hard-nosed basketball player.
Every team can use an Antonio Melendez. Noah Yan, the freshman, checks in for
every
him.
Organization can use someone like that.
Great kid on and off the floor. There's the free throw on the way. Good by Corvon Seals. He's up to 18, leads the Lancers. Second free throw good. Seals makes a pair. Timeout, North Scott. We are back at North Scott High School, the pit, and we had a good one here through three quarters. The Muskies trailed 34-33. North Scott has stretched it out with 35.1 seconds to play. They lead the Muskies 53-44. You can see this replay Saturday and Sunday, 10, 3, and 8 on MPW Channel 9 or 709 on your HD package. Chad Yoakum in the house doing an outstanding job getting this prepared and edited for the weekend broadcast.
Yeah, that's the challenging part. That editing thing. I've spent time in an editing bay. It's not glamorous work.
Best in the biz. There's Falk driving into the lane. Jack lays it up and in. Jackson Falk in a timeout Muskies.
And we're going to see them with a boy-girl doubleheader coming up on January 26th. We're going to have that game.
Yep.
And so we'll have another doubleheader
back to back. We got doubleheaders next Friday and the following Friday at home against North, and then a cake auction with Bettendorf the following Friday. There's Summers to get it in. He gets it into Morgan. Muskies run the trap at him, and there's a foul as Joey Martinez is checked in now for Melendez. And the foul is going to be on Lex Hahn, and that's 5 on Lex, so Cooper Zek will check in. So Hahn fouls out for the Muskies with 2 points. I had him for 4. I had him for a tip-in earlier. I thought that was Lex.
Yeah, on the first
right.
bucket of the game.
Correct. The scoreboard's got him with 2, but I believe Lex had 4.
Yeah,
Morgan will go to the line.
And this fourth quarter has really been a masterful coaching job by Coach Buddy. He's slowed the tempo down. Their ball handlers have really controlled the clock.
I think Gary Morgan, who's at the line right now, had the biggest basket of the night.
That 3 from the corner down there, kind of the
41-36, and he knocked down a 3 to push it to 8 with just under 3 minutes to play, and that was a big shot at that time.
And what a luxury to have a guy like that to come off the bench who can hit that dagger.
Morgan now up to 12. There's Zek. Swings it to Martinez, and now it's Folk for 3. Jack back iron, no good rebound. And it's by Cortavius Seals. It's a jump ball, and this one will stay with North Scott with 8.7 left. Stay tuned after the game for the Westside Store Godfather's Pizza postgame show, and we'll name our CBI Bank and Trust Player of the Game. And Lancers will dribble this thing out. A hard-fought win at home for North Scott tonight. The final score, North Scott 55 and the Muscatine Muskies 46.